Hello, welcome to my channel. My love to all of you. This is Anshu Sharma here. Ether and mind. Does mind exist? And if it exists, where does it exist? This is our topic today. Many people think space and ether is same. It is partially true, but not entirely. The universe is composed of 5 elements: ether, air, fire, water, and earth. Ether is the first of the 5 elements of the universe. Ether is considered to be the most subtle of these 5 elements. The Sanskrit name for ether is Akash. Ether is all there is, all ever existed, and all ever will exist in ether. Basically, you can call ether source, God, or hyperspace, whatever you may like. Ether is sometimes referred to as space because it is the space that the other elements fill. Actually, ether is far subtler than space. In science fiction, ether is referred to as hyperspace. It is a region filling universes. It is infinite, ever existing, a void where matter exists as potentialities. Every bit of ether is conscious. In ether, matter and consciousness become one. You may call ether a conscious, still mind with no movement. A mind that is self-aware at subconscious level. It is beyond our conscious mind, and thus only its fractal can be perceived with our conscious mind. Ether has the properties of lightness, airiness, and spirituality. All other elements exist in ether in their subtlest form. Rather, all exist as one. Ether lacks fire's warmth, so it is cold. It lacks the propulsion of air, so it is still. And it lacks the heaviness of earth and water, so it is light. Ether is also limitless and boundless, so it fills the whole of space. Because ether is subtler than space, it contains the other elements, fire, air, earth, and water, in their subtlest form. Other elements exist in ether in their high vibratory frequencies in one dimension of ether and in another dimension of ether as one harmonic resonant frequency before any fractal separation. You cannot see ether, but with yoga practice you can increase your awareness of ether where you can perceive it. From ether, you can arrive at all locations in the physical world, including all points in space-time can be accessed, and all Akashic records can be retrieved. So, can we travel in ether? Traveling in ether involves no travel at all. In ether, you are in an outside or in higher dimension than space-time in ether, where space-time laws do not apply. So in ether, in the highest dimension of ether, space-time laws do not apply. Basically, in ether, there exists a higher dimension, which you can, if you like, you may call a unified quantum field, where space-time laws do not apply. And then there is a relatively lower dimension in ether, where space-time laws do apply. In unified etheric field, there is no mass and velocity. You are at a place of 0 point that requires zero energy. Here, both space and time collapse to a 0 point. Here, information is retrieved at faster than light speed. Though you call this information retrieval at faster than light speed, but in fact there is no speed, there is no travel, and there is no time involved. You may be wondering, how is it possible to access information, Akashic information held in ether? Accessing information in ether. Mind accesses information in ether beyond space-time as still images. Imagine sitting in a cinema hall with infinite invisible images existing all around you in 360 degrees in a big sphere, in a dark space, and these images are not visible to you. And suddenly you think of a word, say sun, and the image of a sun pops up for you to see. This is what a mind does. In ether, mind and consciousness exist together. In this state, mind exists in its immaterial form. There is no space-time, no mind as we know. There is only a vacuum, a void with consciousness. Awareness at this level is at the deepest subconscious level, and the deepest subconscious level is beyond conscious awareness. I repeat, awareness at this level, where mind and consciousness exist together, is at the deepest subconscious level, and the deepest subconscious level is beyond conscious awareness. Duality exists in conscious awareness, and it is a separate topic which we are going to discuss in a separate video. Mind does not occupy space, nor it moves and follows physical laws such as speed is equal to distance upon time. When you think about the sun, you are already in space-time. Conscious awareness, where you think and you feel your emotions, these thoughts and emotions arise in space-time. There is a mental object, the idea of a sun, an image of the sun, which makes mind, contacts with the mind, causing idea consciousness to arise. What is happening? Mind arises from the bed of conscious ether. and projects itself as an image of the sun and disappears. Mind arises based on one of the six senses and ceases in the next moment. You thought of a sun, the image of the sun appeared and it disappeared. Mind arises from the bed of conscious ether and projects itself as an image of the sun and disappears. Just like a wave appears and disappears in water. Depending upon your intention for further expansion to animate this image, mind keeps adding frame after frame. For example, if you wish to perceive this image under a particular context or in a particular question, say, is sun hot or cold? Or you wish to find out how far sun is from the earth. Then mind takes further thought forms in your consciousness, keeps adding frames after frames in sequences. Mind is now animating and converting the image of sun, the idea of the sun, which you thought of initially and you wish to now expand on, mind is animating that and converting the image of sun in a movie-like sequence. All this happens in space. And a reference point and a sequence happens in time. Whenever there is a reference point and there is a sequence of events, the time comes in. In isolation, there is no time. The animation is now becoming alive. The holographic movie is being made in space-time through visualization. If you stay long with your particular intention and wish to experience your visualized story in real life, then you live a particular visualized holographic movie in your own space-time as your reality. For instance, you thought of an image of a house, and now you wish to experience living in that house in real life. Then you stay with your particular visualized holographic movie long enough and take an action so that visualized holographic movie takes a physical form, a physical house where you can live in. So to recap, you may call ether as mind and consciousness existing together in an inseparable, indivisible, and ever-existing form. Etheric unified field is all there is. Depending upon your intention and attention, mind arises from and disappears in ether. Mind makes up a hologram in hyperspace or in ether of your desires. When awakened or activated, the mind is more like a virtual machine running on distributed computers everywhere in ether, bringing you downloads connected to your desires. Consciousness and mind together from ether, the material of ether like a clay, produces your desires so that you can live your desires and you can experience all your desires in physicality. I hope I am able to express and convey what ether is, what is etheric unified field is, and what mind is, in my own unique way. Please leave your valuable comments, as mind can take up any thought form and consciousness can produce whatever you seek in a manner you seek. There are infinite ways to learn and express, all unique to each of you. This is the wonder of mind, and this is the wonder of ether. If you like this video, please subscribe and share. I thank you for your consistent, valuable support. Lots of love and light. Bye.